Alright. What's up, everybody? You got Skunk72 coming at you from Southern California. We're going to be doing something a little different today. I'm not doing just a vlog. What I'm going to be doing is a review on an item that I've been waiting for and hoping to get for a very, very long time. So I'm sure you already read it in the description, but there it is right there. The Saddlemen Step Up seat. Now, I know there's been a whole ton of reviews already done on this seat. Every one of those reviews is comparing it to a stock Harley seat or whichever kind of bike you happen to put it on. I've never had a stock seat on this bike, so I have no idea what the stock seat is like. What I am going to be coming from now is the Harley Davidson Sundowner seat, which is a very comfortable seat, don't get me wrong. I'm going to put some pictures up while I'm talking, so if you look up in the corner up over here, if you can see where I'm pointing, I'm going to put up a picture of my bike with the Sundowner seat on there. And you're going to see probably why I don't like it. That Sundowner seat, although comfortable, just kills the look of the bike. Not to mention, I'm 6'2" and 240 pounds, and that Sundowner seat sits you up really high and pushes you really far forward. Obviously, that's not something that I need. So I've been wanting one of these Saddlemen seats for a very long time. Now, everybody that has done a review on these has mentioned that the Saddlemen seat will actually sit you up and push you forward. That's compared to a stock seat. It's not compared to what I'm coming off of. Now, in the picture that I'm going to put up of the two seats side by side up in the corner right now, you're going to see that the Sundowner seat has kind of a horseshoe shape to it. That horseshoe shape prevents me from being able to move around on the seat and get a little more aggressive when I'm up in the twisties, which I like to do. The other problem I have is, I'm kind of old, I'm a big guy. When I decide to get a fairing, because I don't just do around town riding, I like to do longer trips sometimes. When I was bare front with the regular fat bob front end, it was kicking the crap out of me, honestly. I had to put something on to mitigate some of that wind and make it a little more comfortable for me to ride, so I put this batwing fairing on. I didn't want just a plain old plexiglass windshield. I want something that looked cool, which I think it looks okay. I like it. I have heard a lot of complaints, people that didn't like it, but oh well, it's my bike, so it is what it is. With the Sundowner seat, I put that fairing on, which is great, kept the wind off my chest, but all the buffeting would hit me like right in the face coming off of that, because that seat sat up so high. So we're going to take this out. This is the first time I've had the seat out. I think I rode maybe 3 or 4 miles to get to where I'm at to start my video. That's all I've done on the seat. So let's go ahead and stop the chit chat and let's go for a ride. How about that? Alright, so the first thing that I noticed when I first took a look at this seat in person was the quality. The quality of the seat is amazing. The bottom side, I'll take a picture and put it up on the screen. I didn't want to do a full walk around and waste time. So I'll put a picture up on the screen, but the bottom side of the seat, it's carpeted with little rubber grommets where the seats sit on. It also comes with a little leather ring to put between your thumb screw and your fender so it doesn't scratch the fender up. Everything about this thing, and looks wise, in fact, let's jump off real quick and take another look at it. Everything about the look of this thing is just high quality. The stitching just looks absolutely amazing. It's got saddle gel in it that will form to your bottom side while you're riding. From what I hear, it takes a few miles for it to get used to that and for it to really form to your butt. I also hear it's going to drop down about a ½ inch. So after that, putting it on was a snap. I didn't videotape that because it's just putting a seat on. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm pretty sure everybody knows how to put a seat on. Now, just sitting on the bike right now, I can tell you one of the things that I notice, just sitting here, sitting down on the bike for the first time, I feel more like I'm sitting in the bike as compared to the Sundowner seat where I felt like I was sitting on top of the bike. I didn't feel like I was a part of it. I'm also noticing right off the bat, the back support on the step up is a lot different than the Sundowner. The back support on the Sundowner seat kind of squishes when you lean against it. And I did notice after longer rides that my lower back would start to hurt really bad. I'm not going to be riding long enough today to really tell you whether it's going to happen with this seat or not, but I also do plan on doing a 500-mile review once I get to that point. Because from what I hear, once the saddle gel breaks in a little bit, I'm going to get about a half an inch of sag on the seat, where I'm going to sit actually even a little bit lower than I already am right now. So again, let me stop talking. Well, I'll still be talking, but let's go for a ride and talk instead of sitting here. What do you guys think? So right off the bat, what I'm going to tell you is when you sit down and you start going, this seat feels really rigid and solid, which, and from everything I've read, even though it boggles my mind because it just doesn't seem right to me, you want the seat to be rigid. You want to have a stable base for you to be planted on. Now with this rigid seat, what they have is progressive density foam. So like the bottom layer of foam is a really silted foam, and as it goes higher it gets a little bit softer, not by a whole lot because it stays pretty stable. And then on top of the foam, Saddlemen puts their proprietary saddle gel, and that's going to be the amazing stuff right there. That what they say is it eliminates most of the vibration, and you know, at speed I'll agree with them, it does. It feels a lot different than the Saddlemen seat did. The Saddlemen, it's so thick but it's all foam, and I don't like the way it looks. Again, you know, when you look at the picture and compare the two between when I did the walk around and the picture that I put up with the Sundowner seat on the bike, you'll see what I mean. So hands down, aesthetically, Saddlemen wins that part of the battle instantly. I mean, everything the Saddlemen looks horrible. I mean, not Saddlemen. Saddlemen looks great. What am I talking about? The Sundowner seat looks absolutely horrible on the bike. Again, it does its thing. It's very comfortable. It's, you know, for a touring ride, it's awesome. And my dad has a Sundowner seat on his Ultra Classic. It doesn't look bad on that bike, but that bike's all covered up by, you know, a trunk and, you know, tour pack and the saddlebags, and you don't really notice the seat. On the Dyna, the seat really stands out. Vibration wise, I don't want to say there's less vibration than the Sundowner. It's definitely not more. It's comfortable. There's no vibration bothering me. Just I'm able to lean. That is so cool. I'm able to scoot my butt around on this bike, which is something that I want to do. I should probably stop lugging. So if I want to lean into the turns and get a little more aggressive, it's a lot easier on this seat, which is one of the things that I was definitely looking for. And not by coincidence, I'm on the same road that I came out on a while back and did a vlog where I was testing out some stuff that I learned on Dan the Fireman's channel for leaning into turns and getting more aggressive into turns. I'm not really going fast enough to do it right now. But what I noticed with that horseshoe shape on the Sundowner, that I was locked into place. All I could really do was sit upright and ride. I couldn't lean into anything. And yes, I'm a little childish, so I got a red bomb through the tunnel. Don't judge me, I'm sure you will do it. So far so good. I feel very locked in. And the other thing that I'm noticing is my knee location. My knees are up against the side of my tank, where with the Sundowner seat, it seemed like my knees were sitting just a bit above, and it was kind of an uncomfortable spot. Also, when I ride, let's see if you guys can see this or not, I go into my cruising position. Since I don't have highway pegs, this is my cruising position where I'll rest my heels on my pegs. I'm already seeing with this seat, I'm more resting on my heels, where with the other seat I was pushed up and so far forward that my ankles were. It was like just above the back of my ankle was resting, which would also get uncomfortable and make me have to change position quite a bit. So far, so good. This seat is very comfortable. I'm not feeling any pressure points whatsoever, which is what Saddlemen's claim to fame is with their saddle gel. Oh, good Lord, what are they doing to the street here? Not cool. Well, this is like one of my favorite streets to ride, and they're screwing it all up. And affecting my video too, damn it. Hopefully it's just this little spot here. But we'll see. So far, just a few miles into riding. Comfort-wise, I'm going to say they're pretty even between the step up and the Sundowner seat, which isn't necessarily a horrible thing, being that that Sundowner seat is like triple the thickness of foam. The Saddlemen seat's able to be just as comfortable in a just more compact profile that still looks good. Another thing I'm noticing straight off, again, it's going to go back to being pushed too far forward with the Sundowner seat. My arms are more stretched out and in a more comfortable position than they were with the Sundowner, because my arms were bent. I was just sitting in a weird position, which was actually described by one of my riding buddies as, he said I looked like I was sitting on the toilet with that seat. And this was years ago he said that. That kind of stuck with me. So I'm hoping that this will change that profile. I saw a couple pictures that another friend took of me while riding, and yeah, I did look really awkward sitting on that seat because I was so way up on top of the bike. Let's do a little, see if I can lean a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm able to really get my butt off the seat. I'm not even really having to turn, just a little counterbalance probably through that one. I'm gonna have to do another ride later on where a little more twisty road. Yeah, I feel so in control with this. The seat is definitely doing what I had hoped. I feel very locked in. I don't know how to describe that. With the Sundowner seat, like that backrest was so squishy that it felt like if you pushed on it hard enough, you'd end up just flattening it out and go up over top of it and off the back of the bike. Right now, I feel just so planted. I'm not going anywhere. Being able to lean off the seat just that little tiny bit is just making so much different in the handling. Now, if you'll notice in the side-by-side picture that I'll just go ahead and put up here right now in this corner, actually depending on which camera I'm using, might be that corner. But anyway, more road work, perfect. You're gonna notice that the Sundowner seat, sitting side by side with the Saddlemen Step Up seat, is way wider. And I was honestly a little nervous that was going to make a huge difference in the comfort level. It doesn't at all. I'm perfectly comfortable in the seat. And I'm not even so much having to slide my butt off the seat to get more into the lean, just the fact that it's allowing me to shift my hips back and forth to change where my center of gravity is, to change where the weight load is. I know a lot of people recommend other seats. What I found is a lot of the ones that they recommend that are really super comfortable, they're a lot like the Sundowner seat. They just don't look great. I really think Saddlemen has found just the perfect level in between of comfort. I can't even say in between. This seat is really comfortable, and when you look at it, it looks like your typical aftermarket seat that you really have to make a choice between comfort and aesthetics. With the seat, you don't have to make that choice. You got both here. Alright, so for my conclusions, I'm going to keep this short. I'm going to keep this video a little bit short for just the first impressions and the comparison. I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter. I'm going to do a much better review after I get a few miles on this thing, so I can come back and let you guys know if I have any problems with it or something comes up that I didn't notice at first. Right now, I'm going to say I don't foresee that happening. I am quite happy with this. So for head-to-head comparison, my three categories: looks, comfort, body positioning. Looks wise, number one, Saddlemen just blows the Sundowner seat out of the water. There is no comparison. That Sundowner seat is just ugly, kills the lines of the bike. This seat on this bike just looks downright sexy. I love it. Saddlemen for the win. Comfort wise, I'm gonna give the two a tie, which honestly in my eyes, a tie going from a seat that is super thick to a seat that's small, low profile, and looks good. Even though the comfort issue is a tie, I'm still giving Saddlemen the win because they were able to do it with a much better looking seat. So the comfort with the looks, I'm going to give them the edge out there on 2 for comfort. Body positioning wise, for somebody my size, okay, this isn't going to work for everybody because the body positioning is going to be different for everyone. But body positioning wise, for somebody my size, again, hands down winner is going to be the Saddlemen Step Up seat. If you are in the market for a new seat, I really suggest you give Saddlemen Step Up a good long look. I don't think you're going to be disappointed in it. The only way I can see anything being different is if you're a shorter person and you have trouble reaching the forward controls. You might want to look at the Sundowner still, but when you compare this seat to a stock seat, it actually does push you a little bit forward. So, that being said, again, I've never rode my Fat Bob with stock seat because it had the Sundowner seat on it when I bought it. I went for a long time with that Sundowner seat and it did me just fine. I just could never stand the way it looked. So my final recommendation is get yourself a Sundowner seat. They're a little bit on the expensive side, but well worth the investment. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and call this one quits. If you're into the motovlogging thing and you just happen to find me by looking at this review, go ahead and check out my motovlogs and subscribe to my channel if you'd like. No hard feelings if you don't want to, it's alright, it's all good. But if you do like the motovlogs, go ahead and give my channel a look for that. I also do the occasional test ride, which, you know, being in California, it's kind of hard to find dealerships that'll let you take test rides on bikes. And then again, even harder on a bike that you're not intending to buy, you just want to do a video review on. So check out the channel. If you like it, feel free to subscribe and stay. And shoot me any comments. If I missed anything that you'd like to know, go ahead and ask. I don't mind. I'll answer. I try to answer every, or not answer, because it's not always going to be a question, but I try to respond to every comment that I get on my channel. So until next time, we'll say rubber side down, shiny side up. I'm out, guys.